Okay, listen, so you read the title. Verbalase did finally make a statement on the Has-Been Hotel AMV. Before we go over it, I want to say this is for news and documenting purposes only. I gotta cover myself. Anyways, this was brought to my attention by user DJ Sauls in my Discord server, but Verbalase released this 12 hours ago addressing, for one, the video, but also the hateful comments that he made. First being the hateful comments from before, he says,
and second off, I want to sincerely apologize for my statements made online about my opinions with some of the stuff going on out there. I'm like, wait, I'm a Buddhist. I believe everybody should be at peace with each other. Instead of focusing on our similarities, I was focusing more on our differences, which caused me to make those statements out there. And I am sincerely sorry for that, because that is not how I should be behaving as a person.
Then he talks about the AMV itself.
I was tinkering with the notion back then of making a separate YouTube channel that was intended for a more mature, older audience. This video was intended for a mature audience, and I wanted to just like put some different type of content out there separate from my YouTube channel.
In my opinion, when it comes to addressing these things specifically, he did the baseline requirements. Again, I don't think that this is that big of a deal. I think that it was just a silly thing that went down. I mean this when it comes to specifically the animation, not the hateful comments. He also wrote a written apology that was posted to his main channel, which for the most part was the same thing. Generally, Twitter reacted pretty negatively to this. Wow, we got a Verbalase apology video finally. Verbalase probably brought the worst apology ever. Verbalase apology video. I'm actually disappointed that Verbalase never mentioned why he spent 50 grand on a cursed animation, and not to mention, he's a 40-year-old married freak. Bet his wife will know about this sooner or later. Verbalase did an apology for his transphobic comments. It was kind of underwhelming because he kept what he was apologizing for vague, but if you knew what he was apologizing for, it made some sense. I will say that this isn't being talked about like at all. That's kind of why I wanted to make a video on this, because as viral as the original video went, you would think the apology would be just as talked about, but not really. It's probably because the apology isn't being well accepted. I will say there's a ton of people in his YouTube comments, both good and bad. This person who leaked it hated Verbalase. They waited until Ace's birthday to show it online. That was a dirty move. The whole apology in a nutshell. I'm only human after all. I thought it was base. You aren't beating the transphobia allegations. Womp womp. All this yapping for nothing. Anyways, I'm curious as to what you guys think of the response. It seems people are a little bit on both sides. I do want to know what you guys think. Anyways, that's about all. I know this was short, but there's legit not much on this at all right now. So anyways, be sure to have your notifications on in case any other updates come out, and I'll be sure to cover that as soon as possible. Anyways, I'm out. Thank you to channel members Buster Live, Maldoon, Lucian, Enemy Girl 19, Phoenix Ace, and AUE.